After installing all the accessories based on the provided instructions, the first thing you need to do is turn on the machine. So before turning on the machine, one thing is very important, that you need to make sure that all the belts are free to move. We just usually put some Loctites on these belts for transportation, so you need to cut them out and make sure the laser head moves properly and smoothly. And there should be no object on the table which could just obstruct the movement of the laser head, because as soon as you turn on the machine, the laser head starts moving to the home position, which is on the top right corner. So after making sure everything is okay, you can turn on the machine by this round red button switch, and the way you should turn it on, you just have to twist it and it will release out by itself and the machine turns on. And as you can see, the laser head is moving automatically to the homing position. And for turning off the machine, you just have to press this red button and it will lock to the off position by itself. We're also going to have a quick review on how the keypad works. So when you turn on the machine the way which we described it before, it's just resetting the machine, and on display it shows reset, and we can move the laser head by pressing these arrow keys to the left, to the right, to the bottom, and to the top. The Z button on this machine is not activated, so you should not, even if you switch it on, it will not do anything. So you should always make sure that you should not press that Z button by mistake, because when you press Z button, there is a Z showing on the display that it's a Z mode. So in order to take it out from the Z mode, you have to press the Z button again. So on the screen, as you can see, we have a first row it shows a file name, which in this case is BERT2. It's the speed 100%, power 100%/100%, and the piece 0. So the file name is the graphic name which you saved it as the same name and transferred it to the machine, and the speed is a percentage of the speed. You're just using it based on this the set speed in the software. And the power, the first power is a main power, and the second power is a corner power when you're selecting the power in the power setting in the software. And the piece is the pieces of the finished processed laser process for the same file. That means whatever quantity you cut from the same file, from the time of loading the file into the laser memory, this piece counter will show you how many pieces you processed so far. So if you want to change the file, you can press menu button. It goes to the cut frame. It's not a useful option, so you just can ignore that. So you have a file manager here, and when you press enter, you can see different files which is in the memory. In this case is only one file, and when you select the file, you can press enter, and it shows you want to enter it, delete it, or delete it all. So if you want to delete it, you can delete it here, and if you want to just select it for laser processing, you can press enter and it will be selected. Then again, when you press menu, you have other options here beside the file manager and cut frame. This is a jog set. You can select some sort of distance when you're jogging the laser head, instead of just press and release, you can select and set some sort of distance with some kind of distance, and whenever you press the jog, okay, which are the arrow keys, the laser head steps on the same distance. In this case we have 0 millimeter, and this 0 millimeter it works when you're just pressing the arrow key and the laser head jogs, and when you remove pressing, it will stop jogging. In the same menu you have some sort of power and time, fire time setting. This is actually setting for the laser button here. The laser button is used for just releasing one laser spot for a time period which can be set here. We set it as a 40 millisecond. We use this mainly for laser beam alignment, and also you can use you can set the power you require for each laser spot. If you want to go for the previous menu, you just press escape, and then there is a language setting which you usually use English, so you press escape, it will go to the main screen. So in this screen, as you can see, there is a square up here in front of the bird. This square appears when you select non-immediate mode. In the software operation we explained that when you uncheck the box beside the immediate, the laser machine follows the coordinates of the graphic where you located in the coordinates in the software. So this box will be there if you select non-immediate, or if you leave the immediate checkbox unchecked. And if you check the immediate box, there will be no square there in front of the file, and you can start from anywhere in the working area, as long as the image size allows you to fit inside the working area. In this keypad you have reset. Reset is used when if you want to just move the laser head to the home position. When you press it, the laser starts moving to the right top position. And stop stops processing in the middle, and you can't resume it back. When you press stop, you have to start the whole process from the beginning. But the start button, while it's just starting the process, pressing the same button in the middle of process will pause the process, and you can continue processing the same material as long as you didn't move the piece by pressing the start and again, and then it will resume and continue the process. Then beside this you have a test button here. When you press the test button, it will show you the area of the laser processing or the image you selected to laser process, and it just moves around this rectangle around the image size or image area, and it will show you the position where the image is gonna process on the material. And as we mentioned before, laser is just for leaving a spot with a certain power, with a duration of time. You can use this also for marking a position whenever you want. Alright, while you have this main screen, if you press enter this main screen, you can go to the speed setting and by pressing up and down you can move it to the speed and power, and if you want to change the value you can use the left and right arrow keys, and if you go escape, it goes to the previous menu. And so there is an origin button here. Origin button is just for selecting a starting point or an origin point different from the starting point you set in the software. So that means you can your laser head can start from anywhere in the working area. You can just just go back to the same position after finishing the process. For doing that you just have to move the laser head to the position you want to just select as a origin, or we call it logic origin or second origin, and then press origin, and there will be a cross with a small square at the middle, and it shows you that the existing position of the laser head will be your new starting position. If you want to cancel that, you press the origin again and it will be cancelled.